Hello, I'm Darren Jarvis. Welcome to this webcast from Construct UK and the Building Academy. Construct UK publishes a range of directories for construction marketing professionals, and in this webcast we're going to be looking at the construction education sector, particularly some of the opportunities that are available to suppliers and service providers targeting education construction. So the education sector for construction product manufacturers and suppliers is pretty massive. In a sector report issued by Glenigan earlier in October, they explained that the number of starts in construction education were up by 21% in 2013 compared to 2012. This is much the result of government support through their programs such as the Priority School Building Programme. Earlier in this year, Phase 2 of the Priority School Building Programme was issued, which committed another £2 billion worth of capital to be spent on construction for education between now and 2017. So Glenigan tell us that the sector is set to continue expanding, and point to several reasons, one of which is the removal of the cap on student numbers. It means that universities are going to need to expand their facilities to accommodate the additional students that are predicted. Also, Glenigan point to the Basic Need Programme, another government initiative, which is set to eventually build 41 new schools and expand 331. This is obviously going to contribute to the needs from the construction sector. The other area to consider in this is the student accommodation. Earlier in the year, AMA Research produced a report into this sector, and they estimate that the value is worth some 20 billion. AMA Research, they think that the student accommodation sector is going to be one of the most buoyant sectors for the construction industry in the future. Just on this point, you may want to know that Property Week are organising a conference on student accommodation, which will be held in December in London. So there are a number of ways of accessing this market. Exhibitions that focus directly on the education construction sector. The annual Education Estates exhibition, that will be held in November, 11th to 12th of November in fact. That's held in Manchester Central. It's supported by a wide range of workshops and forums around the subject. It's certainly one that I went to a year ago. It was very well attended. We were able to meet with architects, contractors who are involved in the sector, so it may be worth looking at. Also, another event that's going on is the Education Construction Network's two-day conference, which is on the 26th and the 27th of November. I think that's in London. And in January, again, this may be interesting to suppliers, they have a breakfast presentation titled Bulging at the Seams. But the subject of this is the expansion of the primary education programme and how it's going to be delivered, so that may be worth looking at. Other things to consider are Meet the Buyer events. These are generally very good, I find, for product manufacturers and suppliers. I've been to quite a few for clients of mine. If you don't know them, these are events where you can sit down with buyers from major contractors generally, sometimes other specifiers. You often get a timed session, 10 minutes maybe, where you can explain your products or your services to the buyer. Construction line run quite a few around the country, although these are more ad hoc. They don't give you timed appointments, but they're still very worthwhile. Construction Expo, which was held in Kent earlier this month, they had a Meet the Buyer event attached to the exhibition, which was very well attended. Over 20 major contractors were in attendance to meet with manufacturers of their products. That was timed appointments. So the point of this is that there is a Meet the Buyer event specifically for the education construction market coming up. The Education Facilities Forum next month will be offering timed appointments with buyers in the construction sector. And lastly, I should just mention that another organisation called Stable Events, they also run Meet the Buyer events targeted directly at the education sector. And they also do healthcare sector lead environments too. So that may be worth looking at as well. So the other key area to look at when targeting this sector are the journals, online media. Refurb Projects magazine in January will be looking at the repair and modernisation of school buildings, and Building Products will have an educational feature looking at the schools programme. That's in February. A couple of specialist magazines targeting the sector. One is Building for Education, and they've got a special report coming out which is looking back on 2014 and identifying the themes that occurred in the construction sector for education, but also they're going to be looking ahead to 2015 and they're predicting what the key themes will be that are going to affect the sector there. So that could be interesting. And also the journal BSEE will be producing a special supplement for those targeting building services and those in facilities management who are targeting the construction education sector. So that's in April, that edition, so we've got plenty of time for that one, but the copy date is probably around about January time, so you may want to have a look at that. This construction update has been brought to you by Construct UK and the Building Academy. I hope you found it useful, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.